And good evening, everybody. Welcome to Team Fortress TV's continuing coverage of the RGL Season 3 for Sixes. My name is Just Jazz. Today I'm joined by Ire, and as always, Looster 200 on production. We are bringing you froyotech versus Dexter's Lab today. Ire, how are you, my friend?
Uh, yeah, I'm doing quite well. Should be hopefully it's an interesting match. You can always hope with froyotech in these games, but yeah, it
Yeah,
should
well, it seems like with froyotech, it's either like, it's a tough fought match and then Froyo wins, or Froyo wins outright and it's a bit of a bloodbath. So, but we'll see. Dexter's Lab certainly has quite a good roster this season, so anything can happen. But Froyotech with players like Habib, obviously Banny, Skis as well, are a tough matchup to beat.
yeah, definitely. Froyotech did make those roster moves though, adding skis at the start of the season, and more recently Jae-hyun Pei, adding to their ex-Ascent members, joining the team this season, and that's definitely Jay's been playing absolutely phenomenal, and as he did on Ascent and 100 Beasts prior, so definitely going to be looking at him as one of the key players to watch this match. And then over on Dexter's Lab, you're going to have Jinxed and Midas on Scout, Mirrorman and Ether Soldiers, Exile on Demoman, and Toy on Medic. Dexter's Lab having the greatest start to their season. They did win they had a narrow win over Ashi before the roster moves, but then they did go down to Ascent, My Anime List, and Microwave, I believe. So, I wouldn't peg them to win against froyotech, but we hope they can at least make it interesting, make it close on Snakewater tonight.
That's the thing too, is that it's that old cliche that you can sort of kind of guess how the matchup is going to be before the matchup, but what really matters is once the team's ready up, once we start that game, it really can be anybody's game. I think Dexter's Lab is going to be in for a bit of a difficult time because they are going up against froyotech, the perennial champions of North America. So and they've got players with years and years worth of experience and just know-how. But at the same time, we saw last season, froyotech certainly isn't invincible. I think they dropped at least one game. I'm not sure if they dropped any more, but anything can happen on a given night. So you always hope to see players really sort of dig deep, pull up their boots and try to make something happen. So, oh, please go
Yeah,
on.
definitely not a lack of individual skill on either side, but it's just a question of can they do it. And a lot of the people in Invite are playing here to beat froyotech, to beat Grant Vincent himself at TF2. And we are going live. We have ready countdown in. Any quick prediction from you, Jazz?
I think froyotech's gonna win. I think that might be the easiest question you've asked all night. So who are you watching on this rollout?
I'm going to be taking a look at Exile on this mid. We'll get there about the same time as Habib, just trading stickies across standard Snakewater fare. It's Banny just ruling the high ground right now on this mid. Patty going for a high bomb, big damage onto Ether, but Ether does actually come out on top. Nice rockets into the wall, retreating back into the lobby, but Eric with those frags just going to be muscling for Dexter's Lab, out of this
Banny
mid.
picks up Toy. The med goes down.
Big kill.
Well, it's interesting because you saw Jay and Patty take a lot of
Midas
early
managed to get
space and
skis there.
go down, but oh my god, it's just
Wait.
Banny left up, and he's gonna have to salvage as much as he can here. He's trying to get some pot shots on the scout, but he's just gonna have to back out right there. Really well played by Dexter's Lab. They saw that early soldier aggression, managed to pick them off, and then Froyo did advance across the point, but they were just calm, patient. They did lose their med, but they picked up virtually everybody else, and Banny will go down late in that mid-fight. So, maybe my prediction could be wrong. Mid-fight's so crucial with really just setting up the round with how you want to play. And when you're a team like Dexter's Lab going up against Froyo, you want to start out on a good note. But you're seeing Dexter's Lab, they're starting to take this slow through bottom into grass. They haven't really aggressed out. Jinx is trying to get some freaky play up on Eric, but he's going to be taken down.
Big play in behind. Didn't quite manage to find Toy, it's just the man he's looking for, but did pick up one player, and it's going to be Froyo muscling their way back into mid off that damage, and a kill from Eric as well.
Yeah, they've picked up Mirror Man as well, and they've only dropped Patty, but Patty had gone down when he took down Exile, so not a bad trade. Jay Humpei jumps in right onto Toy, he forces him out, gets the Uber popped, and now they're just going to have to backpedal. Actually, no, I lied. They don't have to backpedal. They picked up skis as well, and now it looks like they're just probably just going to reset here on second. They do have med advantage, but nope, they're saying, no, let's really take it to them. They're pushing out of Saw here into mid. Froyo's holding way back. It looks like they just might be able to get in for free, but Patty and Eric trying to make something happen in kitchen. They pick up Midas, they pick up Jinx. Mirror Man goes down as well. Eric and Patty down for Froyo. Oh, it's just back and forth frags here really early on. And that's Ether goes down as well. And it's just Exile and Toy having to really get the hell out of dodge, out of lobby. And Froyo just absolutely dominant in that refight, man.
Yeah. It always surprises me with Froyo how they are just able to manage to win those fights, even when they look like they're out of it and they should just back off. You just going like, wait, where did those two frags come from? You blink and you miss it.
Well, that's the real hallmark of like a good team, and you know we don't have to talk about how Froyo is probably the best team in the scene. You know, being able to take yourselves out of bad situations, but the Uber does get popped out. They're trying to force skis. He does get forced, but Mirrorman and Banny both go down. And now they're just trying to make something happen. Midas is playing back in Saw. He's probably going to go down. He does go down. But Patty also goes down from a big rocket from Ether. So it's really chaotic right early in this match. Only 4 minutes in, you're getting frags traded left and right. But it is Dexter's Lab on their last point. Froyo, you know, they want to get control of this game and start getting rounds on the board and show them like, okay, we're the best team in the scene for a reason, you know, enough of this chaosy nonsense. Jay's trying to make something happen on the right, and they've pushed in. Banny's committed, but he does go down. They're just pushing in dry. Jinx goes down as well. The Veep just doing all sorts of work as he always does, and they're getting cap time on the point. It's a messy fight, and it's just Toy, and he's gonna go down.
Yeah, a lot of that last push was just Dexter's Lab had Midas down, and then they started bleeding players. They lost Ether, and it seemed like they were just staggering down one by one, and froyotech just able to muscle their way in through drop and cap up the point.
Yeah, it was a really, really good slow push, very patient, and, you know, got the frags. But I'm watching this Habib cam. He's sending out stickies across the point, getting quite aggressive as well, I have to say. Jay jumps in, gets picked off. Patty jumps in. He gets Toy and Exile. And Mirrorman had also gone down. It's just Jinx left on the midpoint, and he's going to go down as well. Midas and Ether both trying to do some hide play, but Ether also goes down. So,
Froyo, it's just Midas running with his tail between his legs back to last. And froyotech, yeah, they fixed whatever issue was on last to mid. They're just rolling them there. I thought it might have gone a little badly. Jay just kind of got denied on his bomb, but Patty came in, cleaned up those huge frags onto Toy.
Those staggered bombs, man. It's to all the newcomers in the TFTV chat, stagger your bombs on Snake Water mid. Sometimes it works really well. But so this is Froyo. They've got full advantage pushing into last here. It looks like they're just healing up, trying to decide which they want to go, and
I
looks like they're pushing left.
Being built on left, but Jinx back onto Sniper now heavy. Jay getting a little skyboxed. We'll have to back on the right. Actually goes down to Ether there. Ether's very low in the corner, going to get cleaned up, and Toy went down in that fight, so this should be froyotech muscling down with that heal advantage. And yeah, the health on Dex is just crumbling here. Toy did manage to get back up, and Exile is here. If he can solve it, no. That's not gonna happen.
That was froyotech. You saw Jay and Patty go down a bit early into that last push. But just like the strength of Froyo, they balled up around their med and Habib, and the scouts were just taking chip shots, playing off the damage that Habib is doing, and they just played it really slow, really patient. It's a really well-played last. But again, on the second mid-fight, more stickies being traded off, no real aggression as of yet. Both teams just being patient. Banny's taking this high ground, trying to wrestle it away. Mirrorman's going for a bomb, but Dexter's Lab, they've already dropped 4. It's just Exile. That's a full wipe. It was, everything happened so fast, I couldn't even commentate it. That's the speed at which froyotech plays, man.
Yeah, froyotech took that high ground. You saw the double bomb from Dexter's Lab absolutely destroyed. They did manage to pick up Habib eventually, but they just crumbled entirely. It's froyotech already pushing into this last, leaving a scout to cap. It's only 2 up. It's looking like this half is going to go very convincingly the way of Froyo. Oh, never mind, actually. They do get bullied out. I was a little worried there. But perhaps for not.
I mean, I think pushing in last, you know, kind of taking early aggression there is really good, because if you can get those early shots, you're going to deny crit heals on the enemy team, which, you know, especially, you know, at that high level where margins make the difference, it makes a big difference. But the Uber gets traded in. Banny taking down the sentry early on. Sentry J, doesn't matter. And they're just trying to get some point pressure here. They've got the point about half cap, which is forcing everybody to turn around and look at the point. And now the last fight is really well and truly on. Patty goes down, Eric's also down, and it's just Jinx, Toy, and Midas, but they're going to get a lot of point pressure here. Midas doing his best just to stave off any sort of cap, but nope. Again, the strength of froyotech, just being able to just big ball it, man, you know?
That's Jay with the skill stick double to clearing out the half. 3-0 for froyotech.
So that was a 9-minute first half.
Yeah.
NATF2 is wild, bro. I love this.
Yeah. You know, okay. Here's the thing. What do you want to see from Dexter's Lab here? You know, this is a boot camp. You're Coach Jazz. You brought Big Chungus Gaming TV to open winners last season. I have faith in you.
Right.
I think you can fix their issues here. What do you want to see from them?
I don't know. Well, if we're just looking
kill
at
players,
the raw stats, kill players. You know, Habib has a reputation as probably the best demo man in NATF2 certainly, maybe even across the scene, broadly speaking. 559 damage per minute. It was a 9-minute half, so that might have something to do with it. But, you know, you have to figure out a way to keep Habib out of the match. But then, even then, once you start taking Habib out of the match, how do you deal with the rest of the players? It's a really tough conundrum to be in. But Dexter's Lab opts to say, listen, you know, we can either continue to chaos it, big ball it, or we can just lose the game. Let's just ready up now, which they have. We're on the 4th mid fight in 10 minutes. You love to see it, folks. Sticky's being traded off again. No real early height.
Except they managed to get there quite fast. But again, it's just Annie and Jay just really lording this high ground over Dexter's Lab group. They are eventually going to wrestle it back a little bit with Mirror Man, but no big bombs this time from the side of Dexter's Lab.
Well, Patty's playing in Saw. He picks up Mirror Man, and yeah, at this point, I think they've recognized really early on, Dexter's Lab did, that, you know, they really didn't have the positioning, they didn't have the health, and that the best thing to do was just to get out. So that's the 4th mid fight of the game, 3rd mid fight for froyotech, and Dexter's Lab back on last.
But this time they will have the Uber, they will have an even class. Mirrorman's on Spy. Froyo just lost 2.
Yeah, but they get the Force out of it. Banny and Jay sacrifice their lives for the Force, but Mirrorman's still on the Secret Agent Frenchman. Can he do it? Can he get the stab? He gets skis. Drops the med.
That's the skis. Normalized dropping Uber.
That's right. The sneaky Frenchman play. Probably, honestly, people say, I love the sniper play. I love click on head for 5 minutes, 0-0 stalemates. But there's something about a spy play that I just love. It forces you to make you think that I'm smarter than the other team and that you can trick them. And just being able, he walks by Habib as well. Walks by Habib, walks behind skis, sticks a knife in his back. You know, there's just it just takes a bit more skill. Patty dies, kills
Yeah.
himself somehow.
Yeah, but no, Patty came
Skis
in.
dies,
Oh, what?
and Toy dies too. I was too busy on the Froyo cam looking at the kill feed. I wasn't paying attention for what else was happening. I just saw Patty died and then other players died, but it's just Midas and Exile on last.
I swear, I looked at my other monitor. I looked back. Everyone died.
This is a real
I
professional operation that we've got going on at Team Fortress TV here, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I have multiple monitors. I'm kind of gaming.
All right, well,
Looser
Booster
saying
got
he
it on
did
camera.
get it on
Is
camera. No
what we've been
T-tours.
told. But they're pushing in actually under to top right. Are they going to take another dry fight? We saw it being effective last time. Patty's come out. He's getting early cap time. The entire team's having to turn around to look at him. He does go down. They're trying to jump. Ether goes down. Doesn't manage to pick up skis. And the last fight, just another slow last fight. They're just getting so much cap time on the point. Dexter's Lab does not know how to deal with it, and Habib just sticks his butt on the point. 4-0.
Well, cap points win games, and that's one of the hallmarks of Froyo's play been for ages, even since they still had clockwork and such. They are not afraid to take those dry fights where other teams would just wait for Ubers, try to work a pick. Froyotech are not afraid to just force the issue, and it really does just work out for them there. It's a big problem for Patty to start out the mid, just back off, not really finding anything other than a wall in his face. And it's just going to be spam traded for the time being. Eric going very low in kitchen. We'll have to try and get some health, maybe waiting for an arrow.
Oh, the big double bomb on the skis. Mirrorman and Ether do go down. It's just Exile and Toy. They have to get out, but they picked up skis for
Patty's
that. So
behind.
pretty good trade, but Patty, can he get the job done? They do get the
It'll
job
actually
done.
be Banny to clean him up. And
he did his part, to be fair.
Yeah.
Just being behind, keeping that pressure on, pinching the team, needed to happen.
So we'll still be a slight Uber advantage for skis, but only about 15%, give or take. And, I mean, we saw what happened last time. Froyotech, they're not afraid to take these dry pushes. And,
just want to point out something that Froyo, Banny, and Skis have been building tremendously. Toy and Skis spawn roughly about the same time, but Skis has 70% Uber to Dexter's Lab, Toy 40%. So, I don't know, maybe I'm missing something, maybe I'm just pointing out the most obvious stat in the world, but they've managed to get a 40% Uber, and they're just going to use it straight in. Habib launches himself in. They're just getting all sorts of pressure all over the place. They've completely just pushed him back into lobby. They pretty much have all of last for themselves. It's just the GG is already out from Jinx. Ether's probably going to go down up here. Midas is on 1 health. Bandy's on the point. And game, set, and match. I don't know, was that like a 15-minute game?
Yeah, it was, I think it was closer to 16. Let's give him some credit.
Okay, yeah, 16 minutes. 16-minute game. Jesus.
So yeah, I think Froyo won that one.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's to the point where I'm looking at. I was looking at the stream, and they were already on. They were on the 5th rollout, I think, and like we had already talked and commentated on all that. So there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The giant of NATF2 Froyotech, led by Grant Vincent himself, Mr. Banny, still the giant, just
We do have
absolutely demolishing
we do have
Dexter's
some
Lab
combined
5-0.
logs, and that's going to be Habib with a cool 526 DPM. Oh, those are broken apparently. That's on stream logs are broken, but yes, I am looking at the real combined logs here.
Habib, 20 kills, 2 deaths.
2 deaths.
526 DPM. Somebody please stop this man. Actually,
Eric,
no, don't stop this man. He's just a bloody wrecking ball wherever he goes.
Eric just behind, 13-4 with 313 DPM. Exile, he's given a shout, 311 DPM, 6-10. So putting up an effort, it's respectable. But yeah, I mean, I think Habib is the gamer.
That was just I I try not to talk down on any teams because I think everybody in Dexter's lab could play me off the park. But it's so interesting seeing the contrast where I feel like in Invite, we also see this in Oz Fortress's Premier Division, which is where most of my knowledge is. There's almost like there's such a large mountain to climb to get to that high level. You know, you've climbed all the way, you climb the mountain, you're all the way at the top, you're in Invite, and then you realize there's another bloody mountain that you have to climb, and that mountain is froyotech. So it's so interesting to see how even at the highest level, there's still like a class above what the highest
Yeah.
level is.
Yeah, definitely. That's always been kind of the case in NA, where you have those couple of maybe top three teams where like these guys they seem like a lock for playoffs, and it's everyone else just kind of jostling. Um, but and that's why we almost saw a 5-team invite. People just if they don't feel like they can contest, they'd rather just play Div 1 sometimes, and that really happened this season a lot. And we had
Yeah.
2 teams just created out of thin air.
I kind of wonder what the solution to that is. It seems like, from what I've seen, is that froyotech, they've played together for quite a long time. I know a lot of the players on the roster, with maybe the exception of Skis and Jay, they're tight knit. They've played with each other for yonks, and then it seems every other invite team, uh, some of them form with the hopes of like taking down froyotech. This season's our season, but because there's that constant, okay, but we didn't do it this season. Let's disband and make another team with different players next season. There's no real continuity, and I
Well,
think that if you were to see more teams like stick it together and realize like it's a marathon, not a sprint, to
well
like take that title, you could see those challenges. But you're also going up against players like Banny's got 12 years of TF2 experience. It's as second nature to him as walking would be, I assume.
yeah.
So
I mean, you're correct in a sense. I think you do always see like cores of players coming together. Like, it'll be the names will change of like the teams and stuff. So it's not necessarily obvious, but you'll always see like there'll be like 3 people who are always on the same team. So there is continuity in cores, but and we have seen in the last couple of seasons teams contesting Froyotech, teams like this season, like My Enemy List and Ascent.
mhm.
You always hope that they can make it, but it's always the bottom invite that really does just it always feels like a write-off. And it used to be just that we had 9 teams because Try would breathe down your neck and
Mhm.
force there to be 9 teams in invite. But RGL just not doing that.
Banny said, or no, sorry, Sigafu said, "My league, my way," and
And it's my way or the highway.
that's right. There's
Or
there's no
ETF2L.
ECA to save you guys. That's a joke. I like our joke. That's a joke. That I'm
Yeah.
not trying to take any pot shots. I'm just a poor stand-up comedian, guys. Please laugh.
Yeah, I like
Anyways,
Prolander.
okay, I just got booed from Lauster. No, I
Oh yeah.
mean,
Looster's
I,
booing. Can we get a T-Tours in the chat?
yes, please boo me in the chat. Um, I mean, but no, I mean, you see, especially after the downfall of the SCA, um, you know, having a league that's like TF2 focused, run by TF2 players for what is more or less the largest TF2 scene in the world, you know, RGL does a lot of good, and you know, I just I think the fact that you have a league that offers a prize pool is something to be thankful for in and of itself. Especially, given that we are a 12-year-old game with a scene that's not even recognized by the game's developers. So,
It is a
Sigafu, please
shame that
don't
we
send your
didn't.
assassins after me.
Yeah, it is a shame that we get to see LAN last season. That was a big draw for Invite, and I know a
Thanks,
lot of teams were
coronavirus.
playing for that LAN. And I know
Yeah,
Down Under as well. You had LDU got canceled, so I
yeah,
don't know
land
if
down
you're in a
under did
similar
get
boat.
killed. Yeah, well, I work with Capping TV quite closely, so we got plans in the works, but hopefully next year we'll have a land down under 2021 bigger and better than ever, with hopefully an international team, but that's a long shot goal. We'll see how we have it, how we go with that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I think we've talked about all we can talk about. Any last words for the stream, Ire?
I don't know, not really. Shout out to Looster. Thank you for coming out and casting with me. Well, this afternoon for you, Mr. Jazz.
That's right. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. I still got the entire day ahead of me.
Are you looking to hit the gym?
Yes, if by gym you mean I don't even have I don't have a proper gym I go to. I have like 3 containers of water in the back, one which weighs 25 kilos, another 30, and the last one 60, and I lift those. That's my gym. So yes, I will be hitting the gym.
All
And then
right.
I've got a 50-mile bike ride to run or to do tomorrow. So I'm trying to get in shape here. So yes, I will. And for me, I don't know, shout out Looster, the unsung hero of Team Fortress TV and TF2 producers everywhere. Shout out to everybody watching. Um, yeah, I guess we'll close it off. So thank you for tuning in, everybody. This has been Team Fortress TV's continued coverage of RGL Season 3 Invite. You just watched froyotech demolish Dexter's lab in convincing manner. Make sure everybody has a good night, and we will see you next time.